Yeah, electrostatics we have started in the middle. We have started in the middle. That means we actually, I think, started from electric potential and so on. That time I told you that we will complete the beginning lessons later on. Today I am starting with electrostatic in the beginning point of the lesson. Electrostatics. Electrostatics is a study of the charges at rest and the properties of the charges. So, what are charges? If a question asked, then you can say that charge is the basic property of matter. Why charge is the basic property of matter? Because of the three building blocks of matter, the two are charged particles. Which are the three building blocks? Electron, protons and neutrons. Out of this, neutron is having no charge, uncharged particle, and other two are charged ones. So charges are named as negative, positive charges and negative charges. It is named by a scientist called Benjamin Franklin. And also, you know, every body is electrically neutral. A body becomes charged when some electrons are either taken out of a body or some electrons are extra given to a body. When electrons are taken out of a body, there is the delicate balance between positive charge and negative charge is disturbed and the body becomes charged. When electrons removed, its negative charges decreases. Negative charge decreases means positive charges increases. So the body becomes positively charged. On the other hand, when electrons are supplied to a body, its negative charge increases, positive charge is remaining as it is, and hence the body becomes a negatively charged body. Generally, the substances are divided into two categories on the basis of ability of the bodies to conduct charges through them. These bodies are named as conductors and insulators. Conductors are substances that contains a large number of free electrons in them. Though the bodies are having large number of free electrons, but the body is always electrically neutral. Because as many as free electrons there, the same number of positive charge will be there. Because electrons are coming out of atoms. From an atom, when an electron comes out, due to various reasons, the atom becomes positively charged and electron becomes free. Insulators are substances that do not contain free electrons in them. Hence, charges cannot pass through or move through those substances. Insulators are like paper, mica, cardboard, wood, etc. While conductors are silver, copper, gold, aluminium, etc. So, bodies can be charged in various conditions, various methods. These methods are also marked here: charging by friction, charging by conduction, charging by induction, etc. Charging by friction means one body is rubbed with the other. For example, a bonite rod when rubbed with silk, or glass rod when rubbed with silk, or cat skin. Glass rod becomes positively charged and cat skin becomes negatively charged. Which body becomes gets which kind of charges? That depends on the atomic structure of that material. Atoms of glass are very large sized. Therefore, it is very easy to take out electrons from the outermost orbit of glass atoms. So, when glass material, when rubbed with silk or cat skin, the electrons of glass is transferred to cat skin or silk, and hence glass rod becomes positively charged and cat skin or silk becomes negatively charged. Actually, in friction, there is transfer of charges takes place. Which charge only is transferred? Only electrons are transferred from one body to another. Protons cannot be transferred. So, this is what is called electrification by friction. You can also do this experiment at home. if you rub a plastic comb with dry hair and it is then taken towards a small bits of paper kept on the table surface, this plastic comb attracts the bits of paper. We see that the comb is electrified. This is actually, this electrification is due to charging of the body. So there may be some kind of transfer of charges between the hair, the dry hair and the plastic comb. There are several situations, plastic with dry hair, ebonite rod with the cat skin, and glass with the silk. All these conditions, one body becomes positive, other body becomes negative. For example, ebonite rod, when rubbed out the cat skin, ebonite becomes negatively charged because the structure of ebonite material is such a way that it cannot give out electron because of this strong combination of atoms in the making of the material. Electrons cannot be taken out of the outermost orbit of those atoms, right? So ebonite becomes negative and cat skin becomes positive. Anyhow, in frictional electricity, there are transfer of electrons only. The one that loses electrons becomes positively charged. The one that gains electron becomes negatively charged. And also one thing we have to remember is that electrons has a specific mass. Mass of an electron, everybody knows, that is 9.1 into 10 raised to 31 kg, minus 31 kg. 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. So when electrons are transferred, many electrons are transferred from one body to another, hence the body becomes positive. When the body becomes positive, actually its mass decreases. So positively charged body, due to friction, the mass of the body decreases, while the other one whose mass increases. Whenever a body becomes negatively charged, its mass increases because electrons have a specific mass. So next is charging by conduction. Charge by conduction is very easy to understand. Charge by conduction is very easy to understand. That is, charging by conduction means a charged body is taken. For example, glass rod is rubbed with the silk. Okay, glass rod becomes positive and the silk becomes negative. Am I correct? Then when this glass rod is made in contact with another body, that body also gets charged. That is, charge will flow from glass rod to the other body. Both will have the same nature of charge as positive only. So in charging by conduction, the charged body used will have a particular charge. The same charge will be transferred to the other. So this is by actual contact between an uncharged body and a charged body. If one body is charged, the uncharged one is charged, the process is called charging by conduction. Right? Neither method of charging is charging by induction. In charge by induction, a charged body is kept very near to an uncharged body. When a charged body is kept very near to an uncharged body, the uncharged body gets charged, but in the opposite nature. If the charged body is positive, the other one, the nearest surface of the second body becomes negatively charged. The farthest end of the second body becomes same charge as the charged body is. This is charging by induction. Conductors can be charged by induction also. There are several methods given in the textbook. You can please go through that. So there are charging by induction is also. So next, charge unit. Charge is measured by a unit called coulomb. That means in the SI system, the actual unit of charge is coulomb. 1 coulomb is equal to 6.25 to 10 raised to 18 number of electrons. Other units used in numericals are μc, microcoulomb, and picocoulomb, etc. μc, picocoulomb, etc. Charge is a scalar quantity, and charges have some very special kind of properties. Electric charges are additive nature, and example is given here: 2 μc minus 3 μc plus 4 μc minus 5 μc is equal to minus 2 μc. You can also do it this kind of questions. Charge is quantized. Charge is quantized the quantity. That means the value is fixed. It is not same, but the value is fixed. So charges are conserved. What's the meaning of charges conserved? Charges quantized means The charge present in a charged body is an integral multiple of charge of an electron. Integral multiple means one electron, two electrons, charge of an electron can be there, charge of two electrons can be there, or proton also, no problem, because both are having same amount of charge but of different nature. Because charge of one electron is equal to minus 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, while proton is equal to plus 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Alright, so charge present in a charged body is equal to an integral multiple of charge of an electron. Integral multiple means 1e, 2e, 3e, 4e, etc., etc. Not 1.2e, 2.7e, 9.5e, like that cannot be possible. Right? We can say that a charge present in a body is, for example, alpha particle. Alpha particle has two protons, two positive charges, right? Hence, the charge of an alpha particle is plus 2e. Plus 2e means 2 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulombs. That can be said as equal to 3.2 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulombs, we can say. Okay, 3.2 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulombs, that can be possible. But the charge on a body cannot be 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, because 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb is not an integral multiple of 1.9 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, right? We can write 4.8 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb can be there in a body, in a charged body. Why? Because 4.8 is equal to 3 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 9. That is equal to 3. So, charge present in a body is an integral multiple of charge of an electron, and this great principle is called quantization of charges. You see, the least amount of charge a charged body can have is the charge of an electron or the charge of a proton. Am I correct? So, this is called quantization of charges. So, according to quantization of charges, we can write total amount of charge present in a body Q is equal to plus or minus Ne. Why plus or minus Ne? A body can be either negatively charged or that can be positively charged. Alright, next is charges are conserved. According to conservation of charges, you see, conservation of charges, charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. The amount of charge present in a body, when it is transferred from one body to another, charge can be transferred from one body to another, no problem, but charge cannot be annihilated, that cannot be destroyed. That cannot be destroyed. This is called conservation of charges. Conservation of charges. Am I correct? Okay. So charge, all these things we have done. So force between, so discuss these things also, like charges. Then another property. See, this one we have to see that. Charges can neither be created nor be destroyed. This is called conservation of charges. But it can be transferred from one body to another. Right? The condition is illustrated here. You see here it is U-23892, uranium 23892 gives rise to 23490 plus 2 into He42. He42 means helium. Am I correct? Helium having no electron is called alpha particle. Is called alpha particle. Understand? In this case also 234 plus 4 is equal to 238. And also 90 plus 2 is equal. 90 plus 2, this is the number of protons here. So it always remains a constant. The charges can neither be created nor be destroyed. Like charges, other properties are like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract each other. Charge on a body is independent of speed of the body. Suppose a body is having a charge, a certain amount of charge, it is moving with the velocity of light, or with a very high velocity it is moving, then also the charge will remain as it is without any loss. Right? Then, so charge and induction and other things, so diagrammatically at home you will try to discuss.